Hello everyone, it's Rick. It is Wednesday, June 14th, 2017. Please pay attention. I get guys all the time in the comments section. Rick, how do I get in contact with you? Well, before I start every video, after I give you the day and the date, I say to contact me at email rick0327@me.com. You have to pay attention to the details. Even the details is dumb enough as reaching out to me. Okay? So if you're going to go into a court or a fake court, these scumbags will be running circles around you if you're not paying attention. So please, I could make myself laugh all day answering these comments, but you know, one guy was like, I'm a police officer. He goes, how do I get in contact with you? I wanted to, well, I'm going to say the joke now because the comment was a while ago. I'm like, you must not have been a good police officer because I told you in the beginning of the video how to find me. Okay? You contact me, rick0327@me.com. Now, that fun is over. Now, a lot of you are being threatened with contempt. And here's the thing. You cannot be in contempt of a void order. The way I go at child support, I don't get worried about paternity. A lot of you guys like paternity and this. Here's the thing. When you get caught up with paternity, it's because you are already presumed to owe a debt. So their claim is, well, you owe a debt. We just need to prove that you're the father. And then once we prove you're the father, that's it. But here's my thing. Where's the proof that you weren't paying child support? Just because that mother went on public assistance does not mean you were not paying support. Maybe you were paying by cash. You get me? And she still gets to stay on public assistance after they start stealing the money from you. So obviously, it's not about that. Okay? And let's say they can still prove that you weren't paying child support. Where is the proof that because you weren't paying child support, she wouldn't have went on public assistance anyway? All right? So what I'm doing now is, here's an affidavit I put together. All right? And what I do is I go after the order, because I believe all support orders are void. I haven't seen one yet that's legal. They're all void. They're all based off of fraud. They're all based off of duress. Remember, you get a letter in the mail. If you do not show up, you may be arrested. If you don't show up, they may issue a default order. If you don't show up, your license may be suspended. Okay? That's called duress. If you don't show up, you're showing up out of fear. And here's what they do. When you show up, in their minds, you are voluntarily showing up. So how could you voluntarily be showing up if you're being threatened with arrest, being threatened with a default order, being threatened that your license will be suspended? Okay? So we have two things. And we know that when you go to these hearings, you're inside of a court building, some type of a courtroom setting, but you're not part of the court. Wink, wink. Fraud. Then you have a non-judicial person called a commissioner, called a friend of the court, called a support magistrate, and whatever other names they have throughout the country. That person is not authorized in the Bill of Rights of the 7th Amendment to preside over a trial by jury. Okay? Child support is a controversy of more than $20. Seventh Amendment guarantees you a trial by jury. Now, why do you want a trial by jury? Well, do you really want to leave it in the hands of a fake judge whose sole reason for working is creating child support, where this non-judicial person's salary is paid from Title 4D federal monies? Well, that makes that person not impartial, and that is a violation of the equal protection of law, due process of law under the 14th Amendment, Monroeville versus Ohio or something like that. Just keyword Monroeville, and Toomey versus Ohio, where the adjudicator who has a financial stake in the outcome is not impartial, therefore a violation of the 14th Amendment. So you want a trial by jury because you want to be before a trial of your peers. That's the reason why that guarantee is in that Bill of Rights. And if this non-judicial person cannot perform these actions, the responsible thing to do is to to dismiss it or recommend a change of venue. But when did they ever do that? Never. Okay? So, I put together this, all right? And I put together a writ, a notice of man, a writ of habeas corpus. So, any of you out there, and what I do, look what I like to do. See, I like to threaten these judges, and I don't threaten them, physical harm or whatever. I threaten them legal-wise of what will happen if they don't perform their duty, or they perform a duty outside their jurisdiction. See, and I'll give you right here. Here's the case law. A judge will not be deprived of immunity because he or she because the action he or she took was in error, was done maliciously. See, they have total immunity even if they are an asshole. Okay? But they can't be an asshole when they have no jurisdiction. Okay? So they say it was done maliciously or was in excess of authority, but rather he or she, not politically correct, will be subject to liability. What's liability? You taking them to court to sue them only when he or she has acted in the clear absence of all jurisdiction. And what I do is here's the proper way to do citations. You put it in quotations, and then you put the source. Now, a lot of these shitbag judges, what they do to us is they'll dismiss our case, they'll put a shitload of these things in their case laws, and all they are opinions. They're not facts before the court. It's nothing but window dressing. So they'll cite all these cases, but all it is hearsay. Unless it's supporting a fact, it's worthless. So you could have six-page findings from a judge, and it could be nothing because it's nothing but citations of opinions without any facts before the court. You know what a fact before the court is? The person who's making the claim against you is introducing evidence in support of the claim. That's it. Or a fact could be, well, under the 7th Amendment, well, are you asking for more than $20 here? Yes, we are, Your Honor. Okay, well, I'm entitled to a trial by jury guaranteeing the 7th Amendment. That is a fact. Okay? So that's what I'm doing here. I am threatening this person here that they will lose judicial immunity. It's also a way of saying, oh, by the way, I will sue you. And when I will sue you, I have an idea of what I am doing because I have the right citation here. Okay? So, anybody out there facing contempt, I'll say it again. Email rick0327@me.com. And I got to make an announcement. A lot of you have been with me for a while and you made a donation. Thank you very much. But it doesn't mean you get to email me forever, asking me for this and for that forever. Okay? I've given you more than your money's worth. And unfortunately, I can never make a guarantee in this business because we are dealing with a criminal conspiracy. But I am putting you all in the position to win. Okay? It's up to you. You have to do the homework. Some of you go to court and you don't do your preparation and the judge runs circles around you, or the fake judge. One guy went there and he's making, he was claiming this and claiming that, his rights, and the judge or fake judge says, well, where's the proof of that? And he automatically flipped the script on the guy. Okay? So you gotta prepare, guys. All right? And what you're getting from me is you're getting a lot of affidavits for a lot of different situations. I give you instructions. I give you a lot of study material that's pertains to this. I give you a lot of case laws that pertains to this, and you're allowed to cut and paste and add to your situation. So you're getting a lot for a little, and I'm not asking for a lot. I've said it before, okay? But it doesn't mean that that I'm available to answer your emails while you're in court. Oh, Rick, I'm in court right now. Or listen, how about giving me a couple of days so maybe I can help you? Okay? Now that I'm done sounding like a dick. But anyway, remember, you cannot be in contempt. Oh, I forgot. I'm almost done here, but the case law also on, I'm sorry, guys, I was ahead of myself. Here's the thing with contempt. You cannot be in contempt of a void judgment. That's the whole purpose of this affidavit right here. Okay? You can't be in contempt of a void judgment. I said that earlier, right? All right, there's a case law on it. It's called Ex Parte Davis. All right? Now, watch. I want to show you how slippery and slimy these lawyers are. I love them. So, all right. So here's Avo. It's a website, whatever. You ask lawyers. All this is you'll ask a lawyer a question. They rarely answer the question. And all they really want you to do is give me a call and they can rope you in, steal your money, and do nothing for you. Okay? So anyway, somebody's like, what is Ex Parte Davis? Blah, 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 blah. Obviously, the person's asking what it means, right? Wouldn't you take it that way? That's the way I take it. All right. This is my favorite. Lawrence D. Flick, car accident lawyer. So we already know he's a slimy son of a bitch. All right. I have an ex-friend that used to work for one of these lawyers. All they do is they chase people. Or they're ambulance chases. They're the reason why our insurance rates are through the roof. So watch what this guy does. That is what lawyers call a case citation. Oh, really? Really, Professor? Is that what it is? It refers to a specific court decision found. I love it. Duh. He doesn't want to tell you what it is. They don't want to give you the secrets. They don't want you to know that most contempt cases, the orders are void. Most guys go to jail and women go to jail on void orders all the fucking time. And this clown right here just gives you a reason why. All right. So now that I'm done with that, all right. So listen. Now let me finish again. Now, if you need to reach me for this document, you want to make a donation. If you're facing an upcoming civil contempt hearing, you want to reach out for this, because what I'm doing is I am taking this. I am taking civil contempt and I'm flipping it on them. I'm telling you, well, you show me a valid court order and I'll agree with you. Okay? It's not. You cannot be. So we're using the contempt threat against them. Show me a valid court order, and then we can move on. They can't. Okay, they can't. Now we're going to use it against them. You want to threaten me with contempt? Well, I'm going to ask you to show me a valid court order issued by a court of proper jurisdiction, issued by a presiding officer with the authority to issue a money judgment. Or was the order issued as a result of a trial by a jury? We know it wasn't. We know that the presiding officers are non-judicial persons. Okay? It's all a big circus. All right? It's all a scam. All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hope you learned something.